In at the 5, roaming the paint. You know, Richard, you switched teams a few times in your career. Tell us, what's the first year in a new city like, being, with the new team and new surroundings?
Early in the season, it takes a little bit to get settled, but it's also dependent on your solo. Do you have a family? There's so many things that go into a player getting comfortable in a new league.
And that's how you execute in the open floor. Great job by MP to get to his spot.
Outside, Jones. He takes it in. Collins, a screen on Thompson. Ivy against Thompson. The shot by Ivy, no good.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Pass to Okoro. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. That one good for 2.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, the Detroit Pistons, looking to build on last season's breakthrough. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said Kid Cunningham's leadership makes his job easier. And all that aside, Bickerstaff said their fierce style is key. Adding, win or lose, we win the fight.
Not a team to be taken lightly. Thanks a lot, Shams. Here's Ivy. In the basket by MP. And that throws it down.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Now, here's MP. He's got 11. Curran sets the screen for MP. The kick out to Cunningham. Back at 2. Z. Another miss by MP.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Now, here's MP. Coming off a stellar performance against Washington.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Here's Buzelis. 7-point differential. Collins a screen on Cunningham. Jones for 3. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 4 rebounds in this game. Duran a screen. To the paint. That one's in. It's a shot this game.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Outside, Jones. They double him with MP. Jones kicks to Ivy. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Now, here's MP. He's got 14.
How about the vision from MP? In the pick and roll, that's very encouraging to see.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a full stretch offensively, for sure. And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Also relying on his skill there. That's a nice move against length.
Inside, and slam dunk by Harris.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
So as we... Look here for Detroit. Thompson, he's checked in for Paul Reed. MP comes in for Kevin Huerter. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. Chicago also making some changes. Buzelis is checked in for Gershon Yabusele. Okoro comes in for Miller. And Ivy subbed in for Bernie Simon. Taking a look at the Bulls, they've got Josh Giddey. Buzelis out there with Okoro. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Ivy in at the 2-guard spot. Ivy passes to Giddey. Smith with a screen on Cunningham. Giddey, no good. Pistons leading by 14. Greg, we have another up-and-comer from down under, Josh Giddey.
I mean, a lot of young talent coming to the NBA by way of Australia. The great skill development program showing in Giddey, who stands 6'8", but plays like a small point guard.
For Chicago, they've gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Smith sets the pick for Giddey. Stolen by Robinson. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides. Defensively, turning into easy points.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Back to you, Kevin.
On the rise. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Holland, and Tobias Harris subbed in for Duncan Robinson.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That sends Jaden Ivey to the free throw line. It's on Asar Thompson. And before his untimely injury, Jaden Ivey, Greg, was blossoming in his 3rd season.
Yeah, his shooting touch showed tremendous improvement. Great to see him back on the court and still plenty of time to deliver on his potential. All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harris a screen on Ivy. Buries the long-range jumper. MP's got 23 points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Jones the best to cover. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Come on, back from out, man.
Ivy against MP. And again, it's the Pistons from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Takes it inside. And slam dunk by Ivy.
Well, just slicing his way to the rim. Just look at this kid, Ivy, go.
There's the line for Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Give them credit.
You get mad VC for assist.
More efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Jones, no luck.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with
In the
purpose
bonus?
and creating an easy
How?
scoring opportunity off the break.
Bulls shooting their 2nd and 3rd
No, 'cause
shots
the
at the line
second.
right here.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%. And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jay Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved. And prove he belongs here.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of the offense. They were absolutely humming.
And now, moving on. That'll do it for our show tonight.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
What stuck out to me was how easily he read the defense and found those cracks for his guys to exploit.
Harris steps in at the 4 with Duran at the center spot. Cade Cunningham out there with MP. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. And it doesn't seem like the analytics folks are often fans of the mid-range jumper. But Richard, where do you stand on that?
Well, I think great players have to use the mid-range jumper because most teams are protecting the paint and the three-point line. So for the best players, the shot creators, the guys that need to score buckets, they've got to have an in-between game.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
I agree with this. Try to jump on him, dictate the tempo, and seize the moment.
Talk to a nigga.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Jones, that's for 2. Again, the miss by Jones.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And dunk by Harris.
Okay, so maybe we know Harris as a shooter, but that doesn't mean he still can't get up.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injury.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour
An
grapes.
assist.
Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first 4.
To the right side. I got yours. Okoro kicks to Jones. Good on the three-point shot. Jones has got 5.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep the finish.
Yeah, what? That's an assist.
Offensive interference. The Bulls have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Pass to Ivy. And dunk by Ivy.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finisher.
Duran sets the screen for MP. And Duran sends it in.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Here's the lob for Harris. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it
Keep
down.
throwing lobs and you get like
You
4
see how comfortable
things.
Harris is in these sets, cutting well after setting that pick.
How much do you get for scoring a point?
Pass to Ivy. Kicks it out to Collins. 6 to shoot. Here's Jones. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duran's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Duran sets the screen for MP. It's good from long range. MP's got 6 here in this quarter.
How much I get for that?
He's been locked all the
3?
way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Buzelis with the ball.
Spam assist.
Have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
3 seconds.
Here's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. take a look at Dallas. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
Well, right now for the Pistons, they are the team we expected to be here. Taking the top spot come playoff time, this is the team to beat.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Quinman's checked in. Holland comes in for Harris. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Asar Thompson. And it's Jenkins in for Cade Cunningham. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Throws it up high. Stolen by Okoro. Smith on the wing. Back to Okoro. Ivy kicks to Okoro. Outside, Jones. Collins. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The 3/4
What?
of play all in the
Find
books,
that shit,
and
bro.
this one all but over already.
Oh, spazzed.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D.
LeVert's checked in for Detroit. MP comes in for Kevin Huerter. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Zach Collins checked in for Jalen Smith. Okoro comes in for Gershon Yabusele. Ivy's checked in for Anferni Simons. And Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey. So the Bulls 5 right now. We've got Buzelis. Jaden Ivey is out there with Jones. Then it's Isaac Okoro. And it's Collins in at the center position.
And smart pick and roll play by Ivy. He saw a chance to open things up for a teammate and took it.
MP passes to Hunt. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Pass to Ivy. Back to Jones. Well, we all love teams going all in to win. But, Richard, some teams run that risk, and it does not work out.
But that's the risk. These windows are so small. If you believe that you have a chance to go all in or you have a 2-year window, it's okay to leverage the future in hopes of getting it done now. A quality pass, setting up a quality shot, it's just textbook basketball.
Ivy, that's tipped. Here's MP, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. MP's got
40
34.
ball.
When MP is having a night like this, you just can't keep him from getting the ball.
Takes a step back. Here's Ivy. Dunk by Ivy.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Stolen by Okoro.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash over.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Holland. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Collins finds Ivy. And the foul called on MP. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here's Jones. Collins setting the pick for Jones. Pass to Collins. Pocket 4. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Now here's MP. Now here's Jenkins. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was
Your fans on social media are
Yeah.
Kevin, back to you.
Terrific job, Jennifer.
MP, right here. Right here.
Miss Conway. Yeah. Just gotta keep putting in the work, getting the reps in.
Yeah, 85-3. Ryan Deem staked out on the exorcism. Welcome by a not saying it shall be the best decision. Brody said on Bravo, one must have met the payment.
Hello and thanks for joining us. The NBA Cup is underway. This is game 2, and things will only get more intense. You look at Detroit, they won their first group stage game. A nice beginning to their NBA Cup journey.
Yeah, this second game is so key. The numbers tell us if you want to advance, there's a giant difference between starting 2-0 and 1-1.
And now talking about how things are going for the 76ers. This is such an important game for them. Losing their first group stage game, they have to win tonight.
Yeah, and it will not be easy. They're on the road, staring down a 0-2 start in the cup. And that second loss pretty much eliminates you from advancing.
Here are the five for Philadelphia. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. George and Embiid are up front. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. The three is up.
What?
Rebound by the 76ers. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. I brought up Tyrese Maxey and I asked him what makes him so hard to guard. He said, quote, to put things simply, his speed and his decision-making.
Yo, Glock Hector, Easton, I'm Batman.
He's one of the fastest guys in the game and also picks smart shots to take. That combination is lethal. We'll see how his defense fares against Maxey tonight. Brian, back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
MP looking around. And he lobs it up.
Ugh.
It's stolen by Maxey. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Lets it go from deep. Duran with a rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
MP, the pass to Harris.
Damn, they get every hard word.
Down low. Edgecombe.
What else to do?
Fired at home.
Oh, indeed.
It's trying to get a bucket.
B.J. Edgecombe. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot of these highlight reel plays over his career.
Detroit has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And here's MP from outside.
Really.
A rebound by Maxey.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his course.
That's all.
Here's Oubre from the arc. Duran with a rebound. Duran's got 4 rebounds in the game. MP against Oubre. And here's MP from outside. Harris, a screen on Oubre. From deep, MP.
That's not green?
Called in by the Sixers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Oh, clear foul there on the missed shot.
Yo, Brandon Martin on TikTok. What's up?
Cunningham picks that one up.
And just a very well-built guard. You know, Maxey is so hard to slow down around the rim.
Both free throws good from Maxey. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, Joel Embiid rarely won to share all of his cards, but coming off of what he called the most important offseason of his life, he said he cares about how he'll be remembered in the game of basketball, and he understands what remains to be done.
Chasing that ring. Shams, appreciate the report. It's George on the wing.
Hey, no,
defended by Thompson.
He walked into that.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. The first one falls.
Be up 30.
On the wing, MP. Covered by Grimes. Here's MP. Work in the interior, MP.
And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
76ers trail by 10. They've got MP. Sar Thompson out there with Holland. Then it's Paul Reed. And it's Cunningham in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Philadelphia moving it around. Philadelphia with another miss. And so Thompson will bring it up for Detroit. They've been playing excellent team basketball. 9 wins in a row.
Well, I think they found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Why does it keep fouling?
That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that's his second foul. I don't know if they'll sit him. It's a tough decision.
Robinson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Maxey, he's checked in for the Sixers. To the left wing. Embiid with it. He played a great game against Boston. 4 on the clock.
Yo, shoot it.
Shoots over Holland.
I know it.
It's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has been everything, Grant.
Damn, he's touching everything.
With his play, but also with his leadership has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together. Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Thompson, a screen on Maxey. Pass to Holland. Back to MP. Jacks up at 3.
Water. Damn it.
Holland can't hit. 76ers trail by 11. Here's Maxey. Here's Barlow. Defended by Thompson. Back to Maxey. Three-pointer.
Come on out.
Thompson pulls it in.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
3, nigga. Come on.
Drills the 3.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders. Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Durant, he's checked in for the Pistons. Harris comes in for Robinson. A big group substitution here for Philadelphia. Bonus checked in for Embiid. George comes in for Barlow. Oubre, he's checked in for Grimes. And it's Edgecombe in for Watson. And rejected. And they'll keep possession. Pass to MP. Fires for 3. Goes up again.
Ugh. Oh, that's a bucket.
Durant's got his second basket.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Edgecombe. George outside to the middle. And he jams it home with authority.
When we talk about wings in the NBA, George is as good as anyone passing the rock.
And here's MP from outside. And it's Boner with a rebound.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but
What do you mean? I'm 36.
that's the only thing that matters.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Edgecombe. George for 3. The rebound by Detroit. Durant's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's MP. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Harris against George. A foul called on MP.
Yo, bro.
That's his 3rd.
That's nuts. That's actually wicked.
Detroit on top. They lead by 12. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
You know, you think about the word power. It's like pow, and then kind of aggressive, don't you think? Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the 76ers.
Well,
that's it for us.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, BA. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you could let go because they have no effect on the play.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. George and Embiid are up front. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. And it's
Just got
Oubre
mouthed.
at the 3, the small forward.
Maxey getting it to go with the defender all over him.
Durant the screen. Embiid a pass to Durant.
Come on.
The shot won't
Get a
fall.
bucket.
Embiid with the nice defensive effort. Pass to George. Now here's Embiid. The 3 from Edgecombe. Good. And the assist to Embiid. Edgecombe's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, quick thinking right there by Edgecombe. He needs to keep being decisive off the catch.
Well, Grant, if you had to say, is there anything you think is underrated about Embiid?
You know, B.A., I think it's his intelligence. Joel's a heady player. Sometimes big men don't get enough credit for their smarts on the court. Embiid knows the game.
Philadelphia moving it around. Embiid inside. Covered by Duren. Embiid misses. Detroit leading by 6. Harris a screen. MP, the pass to Cunningham. With some arc. Cunningham showing the D, no mercy.
All right, they got one on the board in the second half. Now you want to see more shots start to drop.
Here's Edgecombe.
Come on.
That shot off the mark. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Their next game playing at
Oh, darn.
as the
Come on.
Pacers come to
Okay.
town. And that game will conclude a 4-game homestand for them. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Joel Embiid over the years has had some tough luck with injuries. He said, I've broken my face twice. I came back early with the risk of losing my vision, broken fingers. I still came back. I wish I was as lucky as others, but that doesn't mean I'm not trying to do whatever it takes to be out there. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Allie. George outside. Maxey against Cunningham. Pass to Edgecombe.
That man is on an island. I
6
cannot
on the
help
shot
you.
clock. And here's Oubre from the arc. The Sixers again can't hit.
He didn't make them pay for that weak.
Oh, my goodness!
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Now Oubre. George outside. He buries it from 3. George has got 6.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Jenkins is checked in for Detroit. And the 76ers making a change here. Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him
Took
to
that.
really
Water.
break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
These are
You
his
have to
shots.
put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Outside Grimes. Pass to Barlow. Inside.
Can't help you.
Embiid can't hit.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Ah!
76ers trail by 11. Here's Barlow. Back to George. Outside Maxey. From the arc.
Hell no.
Duren with the rebound. Duren's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Pass to Jenkins. MP outside. Detroit needs to get off a shot. For 3, here's Harris. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. For 3, George
360?
knocks down the
Ball
long
George, man. You
J.
can't guard that.
George has got 6 in the quarter.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
MP left side. Turnaround James.
Gotta shoot something.
No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Detroit up by a healthy 8. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a...
2 minutes.
Group getting ready for the Pistons. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Reed. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for Robinson. And MP subbed in for Jenkins. And the 76ers will have a different look here. George, he's checked in for Barlow. Oubre comes in for Edwards. Edgecombe, he's checked in for Grimes.
But
And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Watford.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Harris and Duran together in the middle. MP is out there with Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor
Here.
for the Pistons.
That's off.
Oubre.
Alright, bro.
That's a man on a mission right there.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it.
What?
Like that to get them going.
Yeah, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Now George. Here's Azgotclipz. Covered by MP.
Help, 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 help.
Take the lead.
What are you doing? You gotta step.
Showing his maturity.
Or at least stunt.
From the big bucket when they need it most.
Now Duran.
The bucket.
An injection of
Finally.
Working hard to find points for his team.
Here's Embiid.
Can't help. I can't help him.
Embiid with the flush.
These are the moments Embiid loves. Enjoys being the player for this team to take and make clutch shots.
Now Cunningham. MP outside. He launches.
That's wet. Fuck.
Cleared away by Embiid.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easy.
Shot.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets.
No shot.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
That and one is huge, making this now a 2-possession game.
Takes it in. Outside Harris. Harris is screen. MP.
I'm breaking everything, bro.
Oh,
Fuck.
and misses.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5.
And what jumps out about VJ Edgecomb is his defensive abilities, because that's what can be difficult to teach. But he's already a very potent force on that side of the ball.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Oh, the offensive struggles continue. Missing again. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time